President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi praised the successes of the U.S. Apache company for gas and oil in Egypt over 3 decades. This came as he met with the visiting chief executive of Apache, John Chrisman, his deputy, and the company's financial manager in the attendance of Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources Karim Badawi. The meeting reviewed the company's activities in Egypt and tackled its plans to widen and increase its work in the fields of oil and gas exploration, as well as drilling and production, according to the global standards. The Apache executives hailed the distinguished partnership with Egypt and tackled the means of enhancing joint economic cooperation through the Egyptian-American Business Council. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi praised the successes of the U.S. Apache company for gas and oil in Egypt over 3 decades. This came as he met with the visiting chief executive of Apache, John Chrisman, his deputy, and the company's financial manager in the attendance of Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources Karim Badawi. The meeting reviewed the company's activities in Egypt and tackled its plans to widen and increase its work in the fields of oil and gas exploration, as well as drilling and production, according to the global standards. The Apache executives hailed the distinguished partnership with Egypt and tackled the means of enhancing joint economic cooperation through the Egyptian-American Business Council. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli met Ghana's Prime Minister Nana Akufo-Addo on the sidelines of his participation on behalf of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in the 6th round of the African Union's mid-year coordination meeting in Ghana's capital, Accra. During the meeting, Madbouli underscored the deep historic relations between the two countries since the phase of national liberation and good ties between the two leaders on the political level. Madbouli also met with the President of Comoros, Azali Assoumani, where he affirmed his aspiration to enhance the cooperation between the two countries by encouraging the participation of more Egyptian companies in projects implemented by the Comoros government. Meanwhile, Madbouli met with the Algerian Prime Minister Nadir al-Arabawi as he stressed the historic close relations binding Egypt and Algeria, looking forward to elevating these relations to the level of the strategic partnership. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the greeting cables from senior statesmen marking the 72nd anniversary of the 23rd of July revolution. Al-Azhar Grand Imam Sheikh Ahmad Al-Tayyib greeted the president on the occasion, describing it as being a new dawn in the Egyptian modern history, which ended an era of consecutive occupation and started the build-up of an Egyptian patriotic state capable of preserving the homeland's capabilities and achieving justice. The Grand Imam called on all the Egyptians to continue their hard work for the prosperity and welfare of Egypt. Head of the National Media Authority Hussein Zain also cabled the greeting to President al-Sisi, saying that the revolution's anniversary will remain engraved into the hearts and the minds of the Egyptian people, having rendered great objectives and firmly laid the principles of social justice, equality and freedom, and also preserved the homeland's capabilities. Spokesman for the Ministry of Foreign and Migration Affairs, Ahmed Abu Zaid, said that an attack by the Israeli occupation forces on an UNRWA organized relief aid convoy bound for Gaza is a new chapter of daily Israeli violations of the international humanitarian law. The spokesman added that targeting of the humanitarian aid and hampering its entry into the Strip is a further aggravation of the already worsened humanitarian crisis to which the Palestinian people is prone. Egypt's stock market indices collectively went up in the trading session after selective purchasing operations by the Arab and the foreign investors reached high rates, exceeding the profit-making sales by the local investors. The benchmark EGX 30 index gained 0.73% to close above 28,992 points. The EGX 70 index for the small and medium businesses also gained 0.39%. And the broader EGX 100 index also increased by 0.22%. Meanwhile, the market capital of the listed companies gained £12 billion to close at £1,979 billion amid deals and transactions of about £4.8 billion.